Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I'm painting, can anyone guess? Flowers, especially if you've watched before. I don't always paint flowers, but I paint a lot of them. And if you've watched before, you know that what I'm painting on here usually gets covered up by something at some point. So I'm trying to kind of think outside of the box a little bit today, and we will see what that means. My son Owen has autism, and he helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. And so he has a hard time with fine motor skills, like using a pencil or brushing his I say he does his own teeth pretty well, but things like that, utensils and feeding himself, he's fine with using his hands, but to actually cut up his food or to use a spoon with cereal or something like that, that's kind of hard for him. He's getting there, and we're working on those skills, but it's a process. It's a process for all of us, but it's teaching him how to do the different things. So I am not sure what's going to happen with this tonight. It feels like I'm just doing some big flowers, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes I start one direction and then go completely sideways. So we'll see. And that's generally, you see what happens here. And that's, you see how like the red is in there. A lot of times when I'm doing flowers, I use one brush, and generally I don't use water or anything, so you get all these colors when I'm painting. And I feel like I've made some big leaves. That's what I like to call them. I know that's what they are, but I like to talk about them, I guess. But now I feel like I'm wanting to just keep making flowers. I'm not sure what. The last couple nights I've been very distracted for one reason or another. And so tonight I'm distracted again, I think. And so we're gonna just keep going. Just keep going until it's done. And that's what happens. Because right now this is not what I was going to do. None of this was planned like this. And so we're just gonna have randomness, I think. I'm not sure. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. I think that's part of why I'm distracted. It's coming. Oh, I think it's gone now. I'm one of those people that don't want to ever lose the sneeze. Like, I want to go ahead and sneeze and get it done with. And there are people that don't ever want to sneeze, but I am not one of those peoples. I get upset when somebody says, like, bless you before I sneeze, and I can't then sneeze. it just seems like I should be able to sneeze. So, I'm doing some gray. Yeah, I might have just changed my whole mind on what's happening over here. I'm doing this gray flower. Oh, see, you can still tell I need to sneeze. It's gonna make me really think and overthink. I may have to, I do like, almost chalk flowers. It's hard to kind of explain what I mean, but I might have to do some gray flowers. I'm getting very distracted by all of the things going on right this minute. I don't know why. Between the sneezing and the flowers. Sometimes I feel like just starting all over again, like completely not doing what I'm doing. And that's kind of where I'm at right this minute. And it's not that I don't like where I'm going, I just don't know where I've been. And everything is kind of throwing me off. And that happens. I can't tell you how many paintings I have started painting and then they look nothing like what they started out. Like they're just shells of what they were. And that tends to happen a lot. And so I'm not sure how that's gonna go with all of this, but see how all the colors are kind of in there with this one I'm doing right now. And that's part of using that same paintbrush over and over and over again. Ooh. I need to change my lights. I have them set up a little bit differently than they used to be, and I need to work on that because that's part of my distraction, is between that and where my camera is. I need to figure out how to set up the camera so that I can paint and talk and I don't know, do all the things, I guess. That's a little mushy. We're gonna have to. Now, I also have a problem with putting way too much paint on my paintbrush, and so that causes kind of havoc occasionally, because then I've got this drop rate. I tend to drop what I'm doing like this. It'll cause problems. So if you've seen, now like yesterday I did splatter and I hadn't dropped anything on it, but a lot of times if I drop something, that's what happens. So I'm very distracted by these two right here because I love Halloween, but now I've got something going on, so I'm rethinking the whole process. You see what happens. This is what happens. You just keep going. Just keep going until I get someplace where I want it to be. I feel like I'm like in this speed mode right now. Like I need to finish. I get like that as well because I always want, it to change right before my eyes. And that's kind of what it's doing. I can't decide why I decided that I wanted this dark gray as part of the story tonight. It may look black, I'm not sure, but it's a dark gray. I think it's called Pavement or something. And I'm about to add more. I think the purple's throwing me off up there with it. But I'm about to move into making this a little more abstract than I had anticipated. But I think that's kind of what's going to happen. I think the purple's really throwing me off up here. And I think that's, now I'm liking that better. But I want lines. I like that. Okay. That's helping me for some reason. So I'm going to do a little bit of that on here too. See, I just need extra scrutiny. Everything changes. Everything's okay. It'll all work out. That's what I always tell myself. It'll all work out. And you just go into fast mode. Fast mode is the mode sometimes. And like I said, I cover half the stuff up that I end up doing. Sometimes I just want it like done. And so then maybe I need the gray with the blue. Oh, see, that was what I was talking about. That. So, my son had a pretty good day today. He was excited because our friends were back at church that we've been missing. And so he was very excited about that. And then when we were coming home, he wanted me to take him a couple of places, and I didn't. And so that was hard for him. But he didn't tell me until we got home. The places that he wanted to go to when we were driving, we went to. He likes to see these windows that are close to our house, and he somehow figured out that computers have windows, and then he decided he wanted to see these windows, and so he continues to ask for these windows, and so that is what happens. And we went, but then when we got home, he got upset because I didn't go the particular ways that he wanted me to go. And that happens. So we have to kind of work through that a lot. I think I need a little bit of a red story right there. And then that's, see, we're in fast mode. Oh, there was a thick, but it was okay. See, that's happening right before our very eyes. We just kind of need some extra little stuff here and there and everywhere. And I think I need a little dab in there. I don't always feel like I need everything filled in, but sometimes I just need it to be like a little more one way or the other. I still feel like I'm missing something up here. So I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind the gray, but it just felt so, I don't know, too something. Too much at one point, I think. We'll see. And then I think I need a little more doodad with this. And it's almost like it's, whoa, I almost dropped a lot there. I feel like I need a little more shading or something in here. And then this purple's got extra emotions with it. That's what happens when you're not like everything kind of has a story going on. And sometimes the story doesn't quite go what I think it's gonna do. Sometimes when I do this, I get to a point where it's just too compact, it's too much, it's not enough, I'm not really sure what's going on, and then I end up using one of my like brush spreaders and it all over the place. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna do that tonight, but in so many ways I feel like I think it's just I've had a very emotional day between Owen and just life, you know, and missing my brother, and he died a few years ago. Well, not quite 2 years now. That's kind of that, I don't even know how to explain it. It's an emotional moment because it's not, how do you even define time at this point, you know? So, okay, I think I'm like, we're just gonna let it be. Let it be a bunch of flowers. I should have it all grouped together, but that's okay. I always sign O for Owen, and then L and B. Now, he is just as much about this journey as everything else, so that's why I've got that on there. For him, he's like the foundation of what this is. Now, this is the paint at the end, and so I spread the paint out, and I make these little paint blobble things, which I need to make some more. But so I kind of spread this out, and I'll show you. This is my paint blobs, and just get them all mixed in there, and kind of do some trails here and there. It'll thin itself out, and it takes a couple days, and then I make jewelry and magnets, different things out of the paint blobs. So I think I've got it in there. All right. Well, thanks for watching and being a part of the wild ones. All right, take care. Have a great day. Doodles.